Hi you guys, this is another quick video in my series on the HTC One X and the Samsung Galaxy S3. Yesterday the HTC One X international version, the Tegra 3 version, started to receive an international rollout of a new update, giving the HTC One X Tegra version, version 4.0.4 Android. The Samsung Galaxy S3 has had 4.0.4 since launch, and the HTC One X had the previous version 4.0.3. Now, I've said a lot in my videos previously that I thought that a lot of the Quadrant results and a lot of test results the HTC One X was putting out was due to the older version. Having tested the older version on other handsets and tablets, it's quite obvious that the Quadrant scores were quite lower on the older version. What we're going to do today, we're going to run a Quadrant test on both handsets and also an NMR 2 test on both handsets, and just see where we are with the new update and what sort of results we get. So we'll start Quadrant standard on the Samsung Galaxy S3, get that one up and running, and we'll start the Quadrant on the HTC One X and get that one running. Both of these phones are the international version. They're both SIM free and they're not branded by any carrier, so they're totally free of bloatware and carrier software. The Samsung off and running as it started first. As you'll notice, the screen resolutions and screen technology on both screens slightly different. The pentile display on the Samsung Galaxy S3 nowhere near as bad as previously reported. In fact, the resolution is very, very good. Colours quite vibrant and quite good. The blacks very black. The HTC One X panel very good as well, also far superior outside in daylight, quite readable in sunlight on the HTC One X. As you can see, the HTC One X has actually caught the Samsung Galaxy S3 up, and we're about the same stage or just slightly behind on the HTC One X, and we'll get the results for the Samsung first. Results for the Samsung 5.231, pretty average. They tend to vary on the Samsung from about 5.2 up to about 5.6. So nothing new there. We'll go over to the HTC One X, and the HTC One X is coming with a whopping 5.710, which is a vastly superior score to what it was pulling in before. The HTC One X before was pulling about 4.500. I'll bring the Samsung Galaxy S clear up nearer the screen, and we'll try and get that a bit more zoomed in. As you can see on the Samsung Galaxy S3, 5.231, and the old score for the HTC One X underneath, about 4.5 on the Quadrant scores. And we'll do the same thing with the HTC One X. As you can see, the scores, I've had various scores with the HTC One X with the new update. The highest I've had has been an incredible 6,100 on Quadrant. So that's the scores on them too. What we'll do, we'll go to the home screen, and what we'll do, a long press and we'll remove all. Then we'll long press and we'll go to the task manager and we'll clear memory on the Samsung Galaxy S3, and then we'll go home. We'll do the same thing on the HTC One X. We'll long press on the multitasking tab, which you can now do. We'll get all recent apps out of the way first, and then we'll go to task manager and we'll stop everything that's running in the background there, stop all again, refresh, and back to home. And we'll do the same test now on NMR 2 on both handsets and see what we come up with again. So we'll run the NMR on the Samsung Galaxy S3, and we'll run it again on the HTC One X. Like I said before, different screen technologies, both quite vibrant. Both of these handsets are turned down to 50% full brightness. Both equally as good in my opinion, apart from reading outside on the Samsung Galaxy S3, which is quite bad, as opposed to the HTC One X. Looking at the new scores on Quadrant on the HTC One X, if HTC can fix the multitasking issue with the upcoming Jelly Bean upgrade, I think, to be honest, HTC will have a flagship phone, and they should, to be honest, be back at the top of the pile, because playing with the two handsets now, there's really nothing in it, and the HTC One X has lost a lot of its lagginess and bugginess, and it's up there with the Galaxy S3. If we go back on there, and the last result we run on the NanoMark on the Samsung, if we bring the screen over, and we get into view is 58.8 frames per second on the Samsung. Previous was 58.8, so there's nothing new there, pretty consistent. If we do the same thing on the HTC One X, we'll go back. Previous best was 56.2, and this test 56 exactly. So we can see that there is an improvement on the HTC One X for frames per second. It was quite low before, so much better. There's not much in it. You're splitting hairs really, but the big difference on the two handsets now is the Quadrant benchmarks for the HTC Tegra 3 international version, which show that the Tegra 3 chip was as good as originally thought by most of the reviewers, and to be honest, it's pushed the Samsung Galaxy S3 down to second place on the Quadrant scores. Anyway, if you like this video and you want to see more videos, give me a like below, leave comments, subscribe to my channel, and I'll get more videos out to you. And hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll get back to you in the near future. Bye for now.